we are back with another challenge. Kangaroo, follow me.
Is it black and white?
No.
What color like this more?
These are good.
Wait, stop scrolling. So it's no surprise to everyone that the school year seems to be coming at us full speed ahead, regardless of Corona. So I know I'm not the only teacher on here that needs a little help financially. So that's why I have created an Amazon teacher wish list. I have so many awesome classroom supplies on there for my students because they aren't allowed to share supplies this year. And the school's also not providing those supplies. So please, 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 TikTok, help me out. Click the link in my bio, go to my Amazon teacher wish list, and donate if you can. We would really appreciate it. So that way when our kiddos come back in the fall, we can make their day just a little bit brighter. Also, if you're not able to donate an item, that's okay. Just share this video, like it, so it can get in the For You page. I love you guys so, so much. Thank you. So guys, it's been a minute since I've done a question. Oh wait, hold on, wait. New question alert! Sorry, I almost forgot. Duh. So I'm just gonna get right down to it. We all know Halloween is coming up. So I wanna know, what should I be for Halloween? I'm gonna look through all the comments and I might just pick one of yours to be my Halloween costume. So keep it PG, have fun, get creative, and put your comments down here and I'm gonna pick my favorite. And I might actually pick a couple to put in a video. So let's see what you got. Bye, TikTok.
Are we supposed to know what we're doing? No? Great. Just checking.
Hi guys, so we're gonna play MASH today because Jordan has never played it before. Ever. He's never played it. So if you're unaware of what this is, you basically make up categories and then like put different things under the category and use a like elimination system to find what your answers will be. Okay, you get to pick one thing from each category that would be like your number one choice. Okay, wife.
Emily Blunt.
Job.
No job.
Unemployed. Kids.
None.
Car. This dude really looking up trucks. GMC Sierra.
AT4.
Vacation.
You didn't put the AT4. That's a specific trim level.
Okay, AT4 is fine. Vacation.
Paris.
Pet.
Teddy.
State.
Minnesota.
Really? Talent.
I have none.
Married in a
Bar.
income.
$0.
Come back for part 2 where we get his results.
A big old bag.
Big old bag.
A big old bag. A big old bag of fidget toys for all of my students. So we're gonna unbox them today and look at some of the new things that she's got going on. And we're gonna give them some ratings. You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's go. You gonna catch them if they fall?
Oh no!
Oh! No, Daddy, no!
Today we are going to do a part 2 to our Pokemon Pictionary. It's a dog. You're drawing a dog.
I'm drawing a dog.
I'm a champion.
No.
I'm so excited. Come with us to Disney World. Let me tell you guys, this day was doomed from the start. It was so cold that morning that the first thing we did when we got in the park was go to a gift shop and get some warmer clothes. We also grabbed ponchos because it started pouring down rain. After they got the umbrella out of the track, I said I was gonna kick Jordan's butt and I totally did not. I lost big time. But hey, I did my best, it's okay. I think you should have lost points though for being a sore winner. Next, we headed over to Galaxy's Edge and it is just like incredible there. Everything is so realistic. We were actually able to do a lot of the park early in the day because we did Lightning Lane and we got to see the Indiana Jones show. And I know it's because people feed them, but these little ducks never move, even when you're like right up near them. They were almost as cute as the porgs. And even though it rained most of the day, we were able to escape while we rode Rise of the Resistance. Oh my god, this ride is incredible. If you get the chance, wait the 2 hours, it's worth it. We also got to ride Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I had never ridden that before and it was so fun. See you tomorrow! Let's restock the snack drawer. almost forgot. I asked you, what prank are the rat in the corner and Mr. Tovar pulling on Mrs. Woolley? And these are my favorite answers. Part 1. Of course I had to pick the comment of the one and only. Corner Jim and I are gonna call you and ask if your refrigerator's running. I'm less creative around rats. They're gonna buy 1,000,000 Mrs. Miller mannequins and throw them in Mrs. Woolley's classroom and 1 chicken nugget. They're gonna create a bigger and badder pencil army to come and take Mrs. Woolley in 5th down and rule over the school. Duh. They're gonna tell Mrs. Woolley that they have 3 JoJo Siwa tickets when they only have 2. That's so mean. They will both dress up as JoJo Siwa, and then she'll be forever confused about who the real JoJo Siwa is. Dun dun dun! Who is the real JoJo Siwa? They're gonna take you to Domino's and take a bite of your pizza when you're not looking! I asked you, what prank are the rat in the corner and Mr. Tovar pulling on Mrs. Woolley? And these are my favorite answers. Part 2. We can't tell you, it's a secret prank. They're gonna go to your school and mess it all up. Oops. They're gonna go to your house, set all your clocks back 5 hours, and teach your class their way. But school is like 7 hours, so would I just like show up in the last like hour or 2 of the day and be like, what's going on? They're inviting JoJo Siwa to steal all the cheese out of your fridge. Okay. Who told you about my prank? They're gonna tell you the McDonald's ice cream machine is working, but it's not. So she's gonna ask for ice cream, and it's not working. They're gonna put water above the door and wait until Mrs. Woolley walks into the room and then silly string her. So, like, what's the point of the water? If I could do one thing, if I could change one thing in education, like dream change at all, mental health resources for students, built in therapy in the school for the kids.
In Indiana, when I was in elementary school, they would play We Are Family. Every single personnel in that school, cafeteria worker, custodian, every single person in that school, in order to make this work, had like 7 kids to them, and you would see them like once every 2 weeks for like a little bit, and it was so that these adults could connect with these kids to make sure everything was okay. But the only way they were able to do that is every single school personnel in order to make that work. That's not probable. Why aren't we kids regularly able to see someone, especially at school?
Because it comes down to funding.
New question alert! Okay, now I want to know who can do the best Mr. Williams pre-K impression.
Pre-K pause.
Pre-K pause? Karens be trifling. What the?
Pre-K pause.
Knock, knock, hi.
Things my students do that I just don't get. Mrs. Woolley, I found Tic Tacs under the couch by Billy's seat. Billy, are these your Tic Tacs? Nope. Just a little tip, if you're gonna eat Tic Tacs in class when you're not supposed to, at least hide the evidence. Or offer me some. Okay, Mrs. Woolley. Things my students do that I just don't get. Part 57. Okay guys, don't forget your biome project is gonna be due in 2 weeks, so keep working on it. Got it. Okay guys, you should have been working on your biome project for the past 2 weeks, but it's due tomorrow, right? So bring it into school with your packet. That's due tomorrow? We barely had like any time to work on it. I quit. A day in the life of a 5th grade teacher. Okay, so a few weeks ago, my husband graduated with his master's degree. So we drove up to Kent so that he could attend his graduation ceremony. He worked really, really hard for this degree, so I'm super proud of him. The ceremony was outside and it was really hot that day, but it was actually pretty bearable. They had these really cool bagpipe players that walked in all of the college officials. And the speakers were actually really good. I've never been to a college graduation that was so like fun and upbeat. They had confetti cannons and fireworks. It was so fun. And finally, Jordan got his degree and we headed off to have some dinner. Wait for it. There he is! Yay! Go Jordan! See you tomorrow. I asked you, what's the weirdest thing a teacher has ever done in your classroom? And these are my favorite answers. My teacher farted and it sounded like a squeaky chair. He leaned back on his chair and fell over. I haven't done that. In 1st grade, the teacher asked me to step on her back.
Oh no.
Ew. One day my school's internet was really bad and it went out and the Zoom crashed. My teacher fell onto the ground. She's 52. She fell on purpose. My teacher at random points of the day started singing and dancing like a crazy person. Am I your teacher? My second grade teacher sat on an empty desk then broke it. Well, it was a new teacher, and she was coming around each table to learn names, and after talking to me, she slipped on a pen and smacked her head. Part 2 coming. Chick-fil-A and the Do Not Laugh Challenge, Part 2. A man walks into an apiary and asks the beekeeper for a dozen bees, to which the beekeeper replies, "Sure, and I'll throw in the 13th as a freebie."
What do you call a Frenchman wearing sandals? Philippe flop.
Why can't melons have weddings? Because they can't elope.
I knew that one. My friend was showing me his tool shed, and he showed me a ladder. He said, "This is my step ladder. I never knew my real ladder."
What did the drummer call his twin daughters? And 1 and a 2. How could you call that lame? Okay, it was good. The time my brother pranked me into thinking I was gonna die. So one night when I was in high school, I remember being home by myself when my parents were out and my brother was out. I was watching something spooky on TV. I can't remember what it was though. All of a sudden, I get a phone call. I answer the phone, the person starts breathing heavily and then hangs up. 2 minutes later, another phone call, I answer, and all I hear is, yeah, I was pretty creeped out. But I'm not a newbie. I knew I had an older brother, so I called him to tell him to stop. But when he answered the phone, he was thoroughly confused. He said he was at Pizza Hut with his friends, and he hadn't called the house at all. As I'm on the phone with him, it rings again. Guess who? So I was convinced it wasn't my brother. I'm in full-on panic mode. Go to part 2. What's the weirdest thing a teacher has ever done in your class? Part 2. My teacher was demonstrating what people look like leaning back on their chairs and accidentally fell over. One teacher was celebrating her amazing test scores from her students and she started doing the worm on the floor. That's an awesome teacher. She accidentally kept herself unmuted into Zoom and she started singing Sweet Caroline. Sweet Caroline. My 63-year-old teacher said she could do a cartwheel. We didn't believe her, so she proved it. Duh! My teacher put 2 goldfish crackers in a cup and called one death fish and one dead fish and told us if we touched them, they would eat our fingers. My teacher forgot to mute herself and started to yell at her grandson because she was on the phone and her grandson was blasting Juice WRLD. Do you want part 3?